ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Namaskar my dear friends. So next video on dialogues from Upanishads, and the Upanishad is Chhandogya Upanishad. So Chhandogya Upanishad is having more dialogues, and it may have 3-4 videos. So I start the first video on Chhandogya Upanishad, chapter 1, section 10, Usasti and Elephant Driver. Stanza number 1. When these Kurus had been destroyed by hailstones, Usasti, son of Chakra, with his child wife lived in great distress in Ibhagrama in the village of possessor of elements. Stanza 2. He begged food of the possessor of elephants who was eating beans. Unto him said the possessor of elephants, I have no more except these which are placed before me for eating. Stanza 3. Give me out of these, replied he. The possessor of elements gave them to him. He said, well, here is water for drinking. Then said Usasti, if I drank this water, I would be drinking something left by another and therefore unclean. Stanza 4. The possessor of elephants said, are not these beans also left over as I am eating them and therefore unclean? He replied, I will not live if I do not eat these. But as for the drink of water, I can get it whenever I like. Stanza 5. Having eaten them, he gave the remaining beans to his wife, but she, having eaten before, took them and put them away. Stanza 6. Next morning on awaking, Usasti exclaimed, alas, if I could get something to eat, I could earn some wealth. The king here is going to perform some sacrifice, and he should choose me for all the priestly functions. 7th. His wife said to him, O my lord, here are those beans of yours. Having eaten them, he went to the sacrifice that was being performed. Stanza 8. He went and sat down at the place of sacrifice near the Udgatri priest who were going to sing the hymns of praise. He said to the Prastotri priest. Stanza 9. O Prastotri, if without knowing the deity which belongs to the Prastva, you sing it, your head will fall off. Stanza 10. In the same manner he addressed the Udgatri priest, O Udgatri priest, if without knowing the deity which belongs to the Udgatri, you sing it, your head will fall off. Stanza 9. In the same manner he addressed the Partihartri priest, O Partihartri, if without knowing the deity which belongs to Pratihara, you sing it, your head will fall off. They stopped and sat down in silence. Section 11, Usasti, King and Priests. Stanza 1. Then the sacrificer king said to him, I should like to know who you are, sir. He replied, I am Usasti Chakrayana. Stanza 2. He said, I looked for you, sir, for all these sacrificial functions, and not finding you, I appointed others. Stanza 3. But now, sir, please take up all the sacrificial offices. Vasasti said, very well, let these with my permission sing the hymns of praise, but give me also as much wealth as you give them. The sacrificer said, very well, sir. Stanza 4. Then the Prastotri priest approached him and said, Sir, you said to me, O Prastotri, if you, not knowing the deity belonging to the Prastava, sing it, your head will fall off. Which then is the deity? Stanza 5. He said, breath, prana, for all these beings merge into breath alone, and from breath alone they rise. This is the deity which belongs to Prastava. If without knowing this deity you had sung forth your hymns, your head would have surely fallen off after you had been warned by me. 6. Then the Udgatri priest approached him and said, Sir, you said to me, Udgatri, if without knowing the deity which belongs to the Udgitha, you sing it, your head will fall off. Which then it is that deity? Stanza 7. He said, the sun, Aditya, for all these beings sing to the sun when it stands on high. This is the deity which belongs to the Udgitha. If without knowing that deity you had sung forth your hymns, your head would have surely have fallen off after you had been warned by me. Stanza 8. Then the Partiharthi priest approached him and said, Sir, you said to me, O Partiharthi, if without knowing the deity which belongs to the Partihara, you sing it, your head will fall off. Which then is that deity? He said, food, Anna. For all these things live when they take food. This is the deity which belongs to Partihara. If without knowing that deity you had sung, your head would have fallen off after you had been warned by me. Section 12. Udgitha of the dogs. Stanza 1. Now, then the Udgitha of the dogs, Baka Dalbhaiya, or as he was also called, Galava Maitreya, went out to repeat the Veda in a quiet place. Stanza 2. A white dog, a god or a sage assuming the shape of a dog, appeared before him, and other dogs gathering round him and said to him, Sir, sing and get us food, we are hungry. Third, the white dog said to them, Come to me here tomorrow morning. Baka Dalbhaiya or Galaba Maitreya watched them. Stanza 4. Just as the priests who are going to sing praises by the Vahis Pavamana Hyman move along joined to one another, so did the dogs move along. They took their seats and began to pronounce him, he is. Stanza 5. Om, let us eat. Om, let us drink. Om, may the god Varuna Prajapati Savitri bring us food. Lord of food, bring hither food. Yah, bring it. Om. Chhandogya Upanishad, Chapter 4, Section 1. Jana Shruti and Arakva. Stanza 1. Om. There lived once upon a time Jana Shruti, the great grandson of Jana Shruta, who was a pious giver, generous and having much cooked food. He built resting places everywhere, thinking people coming from all sides will rest here and partake of my food. Stanza 2. Once in the night some Hansas, flamingos, flew over his house, and one flamingo said to another, Hey Bhalaksha, hey Bhalaksha, short-sighted one, short-sighted friend, the bright glory of Janshruti Patriyana has spread like the sky. Do not go near, that it might not burn thee. Stanza 3. The other replied, O friend, didst thou say this with reference to this Janshruti as if he was like thee, saintly Rakva with the car? Stanza 4. The first asked, Now who is the Rakva with the car? The other replied, As in a game of dice, all the lower caste belong to him who has won with the Karita caste. So whatever good deeds other people perform belong to that Rakwa. Whatever anyone else knows, Rakwa knows all that. He is the spoken of by me. Stanza 5. Janshruti, great grandson, overheard this conversation, and as soon as he had risen in the morning, he said to his doorkeeper, O friend, find out Rakwa with the car. He asked, Well, what sort of person is Rakwa with the car? Stanza 6. Janashruti said, Just as all the lower castes belong to one who has won with the Krita caste, so does belong to him whatever good people perform. He also who knows what he knows, he is the spoken of by me. 7th. The doorkeeper went to look for Rakwa but returned saying, I found him not. Then the king said, Alas, where a Brahmana should be searched for in the solitude of the forest, there go for him. Stanza 8. The doorkeeper came to a man who was lying beneath a car and scratching his sores. He addressed him and asked, Sir, are you Rakwa with the car? Rakwa answered, Well, yes, I am. Then the doorkeeper returned and said, I have found him. Section 2. Stanza 1. Jan Saruta's great grandson Janshruti took with him 600 cows, a necklace, and a carriage with mules, went to Rakwa and said, Stanza 2. Rakwa, here are 600 cows, a necklace, and a carriage with mules. Now sir, teach me that deity which you worship. Stanza 3. The other Rekwa replied, Fie, necklace and carriage with cows be thine, O Sudra. Stanza 4. Then Janshruti took with him 1,000 cows, a necklace, a carriage with mules, and his own daughter, and went to him. Fifth, he said to him, Rakwa, there are 1,000 cow, a necklace, carriage with mules, this wife and village in which you dwell. Now shall teach me. Stanza 6. Holding her mouth, he said, You have brought these, O Sudra. By this mouth alone do you make me speak, knowing the damsel to be the cause of his imparting instruction. Rekwa said, Hast thou brought her for me, O Sudra? She will be the cause of my conversing with thee. There are the Rekwa Parna villages in the country of the Mahavirshas where Rekwa lived. He then said to him, Section 3. Stanza 1. Rekwa said, Air, Vayu indeed is the container, for when fire goes out, it goes into the air. When the sun sets, it goes into the air. And when the moon sets, it goes into the air. Stanza 2. When water dries up, it goes into air, for air indeed consumes them all. This with regard to the Devas. Stanza 3. Now with reference to the body, breath, prana is the end of all. When a man sleeps, speech goes into breath, sight goes into breath, hearing goes into breath, mind goes into breath. Breath indeed consumes them all. Those two indeed are the two ends, absorbents or containers, air among the devas and breath among the senses. B. Sanka, Kapiya and a Brahmachari. Stanza 1. Once while Sanka, Kapiya and Abhiratri Kakshaseni were being waited at their meals, a religious student begged of them. They, however, gave him nothing. Stanza 2. He said, One God, Prajapati, who is he? Swallowed up the four great ones, he, the guardian of the world, him, O Kapiya, mortals see not. O Abhipratarin, though he dwells in many places, he to whom the food belongs to him, it has not been given. Stanza 3. Sonka Kapiya, pondering on that speech, went to the student and said, O Brahmacharin, he is the Lord of Devas, the creator of all beings with golden tusks, the eater not without intelligence. His greatness is said to be great indeed, because without being eaten, he eats even what is not food, such as fire speech. We, O Brahmacharin, meditate upon this being Brahma. Then he said to his servants, Give him food. Stanza 4. They gave him food. Now these five is the eater, Vayu, air, and his food, fire, sun, moon, and water, and the other five is the eater, prana, breath, and his food, speech, sight of hearing, and mind, making 10 are the kartaya, the highest caste. Therefore, in all quarters, Those 10 are the food and Krita. This is Virat, the eater of food. Through this, all this becomes seen. He who knows this sees all this and becomes an eater of food, yet he becomes an eater of food. Chandogya Upanishad, chapter 4, section 4, Satyakama Jabala and Gautama. Stanza number 1. Satyakama Jabala, the son of Jabala, addressed his mother and said, Mother, I wish to lead the life of a religious student, brahmacharin. Of what family am I? Stanza 2. She said to him, I do not know, my child, of what family thou art. In my youth, when I had to move about much as a maid servant, I conceived thee. Therefore, I do not know of what family thou art. But I am Jabala by name, and thou art Satyakama by name. Say that thou art Satyakama Jabala. Stanza 3. Having gone to Gautama, the son of Hardumat, he said, I wish to develop as a brahmacharin with you, sir. May I come to you, sir? Stanza 4. He said to him, Of what family art thou, my friend? He replied, I do not know, sir, of what family I am. I asked my mother and she answered, In my youth, when I had to move about much as a maid servant, I conceived these. I do not know of what family thou art. I am Jabala by name, thou art Satyakama. I am therefore Satyakama Jabala, sir. Stanza 5. He said to him, No one but a true brahmachari, no one but a true Brahmana would thus speak out, child. Go and fetch the sacred fuel. I shall initiate you. You have not swerved from the truth. Having initiated him, he chose 400 lean and weak cows and said to him, Tend these. When he was taking these toward the forest, he, Gautama, said further, Do not come back without 1,000 cows. He dwelt a number of years in the forest till they had become 1,000. Section 5. Then the bull, Vayu, said to him, Satyakama. He replied, Sir, the bull said, We have become 1,000 and lead us to the house of the teacher. I will declare to you 1 foot of Dharma. Declare it, sir, he replied. He said to him, The eastern region is 1/4, the western region is 1/4, the southern region is 1/4, the northern region is 1/4. This is a foot of Dharma, consisting of the 4 quarters and called a Prakasavat, endowed with splendor luminous. He who knows this and meditates on the foot of Dharma, consisting of 4 quarters by the name of Prakasvat, becomes luminous in this world. He conquers the effulgent worlds. Whoever knows this and meditates on the foot of Dharma, consisting of the 4 quarters by the name of Prakasvat as named luminous. Section 6. Stanza 1. Fire will declare to you the other foot of Dharma. Thus saying, Vayu went away. Satyakama on the morrow drives the cows towards the house of the teacher. And when they came together towards the evening, he lighted a fire, penned the cows, placed fuel on the fire, and sat down behind the fire looking to east. Stanza 2. The Agni, the fire said to him, Satyakama, he replied, Sir. Stanza 3. Agni said, Friend, I shall declare to you 1 foot of Dharma. Declare it, sir, he replied. He said to him, The earth is 1/4, the sky is 1/4, the heaven is 1/4, the ocean is 1/4. This is a foot of Dharma consisting of 4 quarters and called Anantavat, endless. Stanza 4. He who knows this and meditates on the foot of Dharma consisting of 4 quarters by the name of Anantavat as the endless becomes endless in the world. He wins endless worlds. Whoever knows this and meditates on the foot of Dharma consisting of 4 quarters by the name of Anantavat as the endless. Section 7. Stanza 1. A Hamsa flamingo meant for the sun will declare to you another foot of Dharma. Thus saying, fire went away. Satyakama on the morrow drove the cows towards the house of the teacher. And when they came together towards the evening, he lighted a fire, penned the cows, placed fuel on the fire, and sat down behind the fire, looking to the east. Stanza 2. Then a Hansa flew near and said to him, Satyakama, he replied, Sir. The Hansa said, Friend, I will declare unto these 1 foot of unto thee 1 foot of Dharma. Declare it, sir, he replied. He said to him, Fire is 1/4, the sun is 1/4, the moon is 1/4, the lightning is 1/4. This is a foot of Dharma consisting of 4 quarters and called Jyotismati, full of light. Stanza 4. He who knows this and meditates on the foot of Dharma consisting of 4 quarters by the name of Jyotismat becomes effulgent in this world. He wins effulgent worlds. Whoever knows this and meditates on the foot of Dharma consisting of 4 quarters by the name of Jyotismat as the effulgent. Section 8. Stanza 1. The water bird, Madgu, meant for Varna or Prana, will declare to you another foot of Dharma. Thus saying, the Hansa went away. On the morrow, Satyakama drove the cows homeward, and when he came towards the evening, he lighted a fire, tanned the cow, placed a sacred fuel on the fire, and sat down behind the fire, looking toward the east. Stanza 2. Then a water bird flew near and said to him, Satyakama. He replied, Sir. Third stanza. The water bird said, Friend, I will declare unto you 1 foot of Dharma. Declare it, sir, he replied. He said to him, Prana is 1/4, the eye is 1/4, ear is 1/4, the mind is 1/4. This is a foot of Brahma consisting of 4 quarters and called Ayatanvat. Ayatanavat, having a home. Stanza 4. He who knows this and meditates on the foot of Brahma, consisting of 4 quarters, by the name of Ayatanam, Ayatanvat, becomes possessed of a home in this world. He wins the worlds with homes, whoever knows this and meditates on the foot of Brahma, consisting of 4 quarters, by the name of Ayatanvat. Section 9. Stanza 1. Thus he reached his teacher's house. The teacher said to him, Satyakama. He said, Yes, sir. Stanza 2. The teacher said, O friend, thou signest like one knowing Dharma. Who then has taught you? He replied, People other than man. But I wish, sir, that you should teach me. 3. For I have heard from men like you, sir, that only knowledge which is learned from the teacher is the best. Then he taught him the very same thing and nothing was left out. Yeah, nothing was left out. Section 10. Upakosala and Satyakama Jabala. Stanza 1. Upakosala, the son of Kamala, dwelt as a brahmachari religious student with Satyakama Jabala. He tended his fires for 12 years, but the teacher, though allowed his other pupils to depart to their own homes, did not allow Upakosala to depart. Stanza 2. Then his wife said to him, This student who is quite exhausted with austerities has carefully tended your fires. Let not the fires themselves blame you. Teach him. The teacher, however, went away on a journey without having taught him. Stanza 3. Through sorrow he resolved not to eat. Then the wife of the teacher said to him, Student, do eat. Why do you not eat? He said to her, There are many desires in this man here, proceeding in various directions. I am full of sorrows and shall to take no food. Stanza 4. Thereupon the fires said among themselves, This student who is quite exhausted through austerities has carefully tended us. Well, let us teach him. And they said to him, Stanza 5. Breath, prana is Brahma. Ka, pleasure is Brahma. Kha is Brahma. He said, I understand that breath is Brahma, but I do not understand Ka or Kha. They said, What is Ka is Kha? What is Kha is Ka? Then they taught him Brahma as breath and as the other in the heart. Section 11. Then the Grahapatya, fire, taught him earth, fire, food and the sun. These are my forms of Dharma. The person that is seen in the sun, that I am indeed. Stanza 2. He who, knowing this, meditates on him, destroyed sin obtains the world of Agni, Grihapatya, reaches his full age and lives brightly. His descendants do not perish. We guard him in this world and also in the other. Whosoever, knowing this, meditates on him. Section 12, stanza 1. Then the Anva Harya Pachana, fire taught him. Water, the quarters, the stars, and the moon, these are my forms. The person that I is seen in the moon, that I am that indeed. Stanza 2. He who, knowing this, meditates on him, destroys sin, obtains the world of Agni, Anvaharya, reaches his full age and lives brightly. His line of descendants does not perish. We guard him in the world and also in the other. Whosoever, knowing this, meditates on him. Section 13. Stanza 1. Then the Avanya, fire taught him, breath, Akasha, ether, the heaven and lightning, these are my forms. The person that is seen in the lightning, I am he indeed. Stanza 2. He who, knowing this, meditates on him, destroys sin, reaches his full age and lives brightly. His line of descendants does not perish. We guard him in the world and also in the other. Whosoever, knowing this, meditates on him. Section 14. Stanza 1. Then they all said, Upakosala, this is our knowledge, our friend, and the knowledge of the self, but the teacher will tell you the way. Stanza 2. The teacher came back and said to him, Upakosala, he answered, Sir. The teacher said, My friend, your face shines like that of one who knows Brahma. Who has taught you? Who should teach me, sir? He said. He concealed the facts as it were, and he said, These, unlike those, he pointed to the fires. The teacher said, What, my friend, have these fires told you? Stanza 3, he replied this, repeating some of what they had told him. The teacher said, My friend, they have explained the words alone, but I shall tell you something. And as water does not cling to a lotus leaf, so no evil deed clings to one who knows it. He said, Sir, tell it to me. He explained it to him. Section 15. Stanza 1. He said, The person that is seen in the eye, that is the self. This is the immortal, the fearless, this is Brahma. If one drops melted butter or water into this eye, it flows away by the sides, does not cling to the eye. Stanza 2. They call him Samyadvama, because all blessings Vama go to him. Samyanti. All blessings go to him who knows this. Stanza 3. He is also Vamani, because he carries all blessings. He who knows this thus carries all blessings. Stanza 4. He is also Bhamani, because he shines Bhati all worlds. He who knows this thus shines in all world. Stanza 5. Now, if one who knows this dies, whether people perform his obsequies or not, he goes to light arches, from light to day, from the day to the bright half of the month, from the bright half of the month to the 6 months during which the sun goes to the north, from the month to the year, from the year to the sun, from the sun to the moon, from the moon to the lightning, there is a person not human. Stanza 6. He leads them to Burma. This is the path of Devas. The path that leads to Burma, those who proceed on this path do not return to the life of man. Yeah, they do not return. Section 16. Verily that which blows Vayu is the sacrifice yajna, for he moving along purifies everything, and because moving along he purifies everything. He is the sacrifice of which mind and speech are the two ways. Stanza 2. Of the two paths, the first is purified by Brahma through his mind, the second, the other, is purified by the Hota, the Advaryu, and the Udgata through speech. After Parthuranyuvaka ceremony, morning ritual has begun, but before the recitation of Pridhanya hymen of the closing verse of the Rig, the Brahma speaks out. Stanza 3. He purifies only one of the two ways, the other is injured. As a man walking on one foot or a carriage going on one wheel is injured, his sacrifice is injured, and with the injured sacrifice, the sacrificer is injured. Yes, having sacrificed, he becomes the worst of sinners. Stanza 4. But when the Parthuranyuvaka has begun and not before the Pratidhanya recitation, if this Dharma speaks out, they purify both the ways and none is injured. Stanza 5. As a man walking on two legs and a carriage going on, two wheels gets on, so his sacrifice gets on, and with the successful sacrifice, the sacrificer gets on. You having sacrificed, he becomes better. Section 18. Stanza 1. The Prajapati reflected over the words, and from them thus brooded over, he extracted their essences with fire from the earth, air from the sky, and sun from heaven. Stanza 2. He brooded over these three deities, and from these deities thus brooded over the extracted out their essences, which is the Riks from Agni, the Yajas from the Vayu, air, and the Samas from the sun, Aditya. Stanza 3. He brooded over the three Vedas, and from these thus brooded over, he extracted their essences, which Bhu from the Riks, Bhuva from the Yajas, and Swaha from the Samaj. Stanza 4. In the performance of a ceremony, should any Rick hymen happen to be misused, the performer of that sacrifice should offer an oblation to Grahapatya, householder fire, saying Bhuswaha. Thus he makes up the injury to the sacrifice with regard to the riks by the essence of the riks and by the power of riks. Stanza 5. Now should any judge's hymen happen to be misused, he should offer an oblation to the Dakshina, southern fire, saying Bhuva Swaha, may this prove acceptable to Bhuvaha. He makes up the injury to the sacrifices with regard to the yajas by the presence of the yajas and by the power of the yajas. Stanza 6. Now should any sama hymen happen to be misused, he should offer an oblation to the Ahvaniya fire, saying Swaha Swaha. He makes up the injury to the sacrifice with regard to the samas by the essence of the samas and by the power of the samas. Stanza 7. As one, the goldsmith cures or corrects or softens gold by means of borax, silver by gold, tin by silver, lead by tin, iron by lead, and wood by iron or leather. Stanza 8. So does one make up any injury, defect to the sacrifice by means of the power of these words of these gods and of these three Vedas. That sacrifice becomes efficacious, in which there is a Brahma who knows this. Stanza 9. That sacrifice is inclined towards the north in the right way, in which there is a Brahma who knows this, and with reference to the Brahma who knoweth all this, there is the following Gatha verse: wherever it falls back, thither the man goes. Stanza 10. Such a willing Brahma as a Ritvik priest, like a near as warriors are defended by their mares, protects the sacrificer. That is the Brahma who knows this, protects the sacrificer and all the other priests. Therefore, let a man make a man who know this as Brahma and not one who does not know it. Yes, not one who does not know it. Chapter 5, Section 1. Parable of Prana, Mind and Indriyas. Stanza 6. Now the five senses quarreled together as to who was the best, saying, I am better, I am better. Stanza 7. They went to their father Prajapati and said to him, Sir, who is the best among us? He replied, He by whose departure the body seems the worst, that among you is the best. Stanza 8. The speech departed, and having been absent for a year, it came back and asked, How have you been able to live without me? They replied, Just like the dumb, not speaking but breathing with the breath, seeing with the eye, hearing with the ear, and thinking with the mind. Thus we lived, then speech entered. Stanza 9. The eye departed, and having been absent for a year, it came back and asked, "How have you been able to live without me?" They replied, "Just like the blind, not seeing but breathing with the breath, speaking with the tongue, hearing with the ear, and thinking with the mind. Thus we lived, the eye entered." 10th stanza. The year departed, and having been absent for a year, it came back and asked, "How have you been able to live without me?" They replied, "Just like the deep, not hearing but breathing with the breath, speaking with the tongue, and thinking with the mind. Thus we lived." Then the year entered. 11. The mind departed, and having been absent for a year, it came back and asked, Have you been able to live without me?" They replied, "Just like the children without mind, but breathing with the breath, and speaking with the tongue, seeing with the eye, and hearing with the ear. Thus we lived." Then the mind entered. Then the breath, when on the point of departing, tore up the other senses, just as a spirited horse might tear up the pegs to which he is tethered. They came to him and said, "Sir, prosper. You are the best of us. Do not depart from us." Stanza 13. Then the speech said to him, "If I am the richest, thou art the richest." Then the eye said to him, "If I am firmness, you are firmness." 14. Then the ear said to him, "If I am prosperity, you are prosperity." Then the mind said to him, "If I am the home, you are the home." 15. And people do not call them speech, eye, ear, or mind. They call them breath, for breath is all these. Section 3. Panchagni Vidya, science of fires. Sveta Ketu, Arunaya, and Parvahana Jayavali. Stanza 1. Svet Ketu Arunaya, the grandson of Aruna, repaired to the assembly of the Panchalas. Parvahana Jayavali, the king of Panchala, son of Jivala, Yakshatriya, asked him, "Boy, has your father instructed you?" "Yes, sir," he replied. Stanza 2. Do you know to what place men go from here? "No, sir," he replied. "Do you know how they return again?" "No, sir," he replied. "Do you know where the path of the Devas and the path of the fathers diverge?" "No, sir," he replied. 3. Do you know why that world, that of the fathers, never becomes full?" "No, sir," he replied. "Then why did you say you had been instructed?" "How could anybody who did not know these things say that he had been taught?" Then the boy, troubled in mind, came to his father's place and said, "Sir, though you had not taught me, you said you had instructed me." Stanza 5. That fellow of a Ragnaya king Akshatriya asked me 5 questions, and I could not answer even one of them. The father said, "As you have told me these questions of his, I do not understand any of them. If I had known these, why should not I have told them to you?" Stanza 6. Then Gautama went to the king's palace and When he reached the place, the king offered him proper respect. In the morning he went to the king in his assembly. The king said to me, Sir Gautama, ask a boon of such things as belong to the world of man. He replied, Let such things as man possess may remain with you. Tell me the same speech which you addressed to my son. The king was perplexed. Stanza 7. He commanded, Stay here for some time. Then he said, As to what you have said to me, Gautama, this knowledge did not go to any Brahmana before you, and therefore this teaching belonged among all the people to the Kshatriya class alone. Then he began. Section 4. Stanza 1. Verily, O Gautama, that world heaven is the fire, the sun is the fuel, the rays are the smoke, the day is the flame, the moon is the embers, and the stars are the sparks. Stanza 2. On that fire the devas pour the libation of faith. From that libation King Soma is born. Section 5. Stanza 1. O Gautama, Parjanya is verily fire. Of this the air is its fuel, the cloud is its smoke, the lightning its flame, the thunder its charcoal, and the thunderings its sparks. Stanza 2. On that fire the Devas offer the Soma Raja as oblation. From this oblation is born rain. Section 5. Stanza 1. O Gautama, the earth is verily fire. Of this air is the fuel, the akasa its smoke, the night its flame, the quarters its charcoal, and the intermediate quarters its sparks. Stanza 2. In this fire the devas offer rain as oblation. From that oblation food is born. Section 7. Stanza 1. O Gautama, man is verily fire. Of this fire speech is the fuel, breath its smoke, the tongue is its flame, the eye is its embers, and the ears its scintillation. On that fire the devas pour the libation of food. From that oblation the semen is born. Section 8. Stanza 1. O Gautama, woman is verily fire. Stanza 2. On that fire the devas pour the libation of semen, and from that oblation foetus is born. Section 9. Stanza 1. For this reason in the fifth oblation water is called man. This foetus covered in the womb, having dwelt there 10 months or more or less, is born. Stanza 2. When born he lives his allotted span of life. When he is dead, the friends or relations carry him as appointed to the fire whence he came and whence he springs. So I end this video here. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and share the video and subscribe the channel. Next video on Chhandogya Upanishad will start with section 10. Thanks a lot. Namaskar, my dear friends.